This is our Forex blog for July 9th, 2013, and I'm going to show you what I consider one of the easiest ways of trading. One is using our new currency indexes, where you can actually create and view each individual currency as if it's a chart. This is going to be in our next release, probably about 2 weeks from now, or maybe even less. And so this shows you what the euro dollar is doing, and you can very easily see what the trend is, and you can add any of our indicators to this. And such as previous day's high, low, even pivots, which floor traders and professional traders use. Previous day's high and low, pivots daily. So you want to have this go a little bit across your screen. You'll be able to see where the pivots are. And obviously it's a new day now. At 6 o'clock. There's a new day, so the pivots are adjusted for that. So let me change those, really take those off. You don't need the pivots. But basically, by looking at individual currencies, you can identify their trend and very quickly know what direction to trade. For instance, you might look at and put on our containment bands on the chart. This will let you see both the likely max high and low, and also the hourly moving average. So I like to put on two containment bands. One is the regular simple moving average, which is my filter. Then I use the DSP based one for finding when the market's at an extreme. Typically, most days, the market does not go below the white 2.0 band or above the upper white band. If you scroll back, you'll see, the market hits those levels and then reverses, hits those levels and reverses. It's very rare. Hits those levels, reverse, reverse. You can see the red band here, reversed here. So once the market gets underneath those levels, it's kind of dangerous to continue to sell it. So here, that's one currency. We'll just showcase, the dollar next to it. And this helps you identify which currencies to be trading in. For instance, at 10 o'clock right here, the dollar broke from underneath to above its hourly moving average, and even before that, the euro was trending down and it broke its hourly moving average at 7. You can spot double tops, double bottoms. You can draw actual fib levels right on these charts and see where the next fib target is. Look, to the pip. All the dollar pairs trended up, pulled back, and then exploded up and reversed almost simultaneously at that Fibonacci area. I mean, so when you see one of these areas get hit, and the market has every opportunity to go higher, but it can't, and it breaks these lows at 12 o'clock right here, pretty decent place to sell the dollar. You wouldn't want to sell the dollar versus the euro, which is so weak, but you might find another currency that's also strong, but it's going up when the dollar breaks down right here. So let's show you how you can. The first step is to identify the trends. Obviously, when a currency is above its hourly, it's more likely to go up than down. For instance, from 10 o'clock really until about 1400 o'clock. And the second step would be to add our look at a range chart and wait for our signals. I have just done extremely well with improving automated trading system signals, and I just had some other things on this chart here. You can see it's very selective in what trades it takes. Trade here worked, this one worked. There is a new trade I put in today that sometimes gives two sell signals in a row. This buy signal here worked, this one worked, and then it really didn't do anything because it didn't meet the very strict requirements. Our software has a slew of statistical tools that are in it, and now I'm also measuring swings and knowing whether a swing was higher than the previous swing, which makes it safer to be buying the dip, and this dip as well. And when the market's kind of going sideways with no slope up or down, and it breaks down to new lows, and pretty much you can see at 10 o'clock right here, a little bit before 10 o'clock, the US dollar is exploding up and the euro is exploding down at that same time. And so when those without even having to watch these currency indexes, very soon, probably in a week or two, in our next released version, you'll have these signals that tell you when to buy and sell based on our absolute best statistical tools. I mean, you could create a chart and have, 7 to 10 different indicators on there, and when every single one of them does the exact correct thing to be buying or selling, you get in. But most people, I think, would rather just look at a chart. You have a bunch of charts up. Here an alert. You sell the euro dollar, you get short, and you can see it fell from 49 right here down to 30. It fell 19 pips, and you got another sell signal. This one was astronomical, and even this one way down here worked. This one worked. This one worked. This one worked. You know, it's just a very accurate way of trading. And just pick another random currency, the euro yen. This has to load a lot of tick data for the chart, and then it will order all the data for the that our signals use. So that'll come in a few seconds, hopefully, or not too long. It also has to analyze every single swing for, I think I have these charts going back 6 days. So starting today in this one, you can see, and unfortunately I didn't catch that low, but you can see, small win here, a nice sell here. Why did it take this sell? Because this swing low was significantly below the previous swing low. I've added a ton of artificial intelligence to get the computer to think about markets the identical way that I do when I'm trading. And there's a lot of questions I ask myself when I'm trading. Is the market making higher highs or lower lows? Is it making a double top right here followed by a huge move down? That's a very high probability place to be selling. If the market's weak enough, it'll even sell a very tiny pullback like this. So you can see today, just with the euro yen, it probably made 10 pips on this one, 8 pips, and then this was short here at 82, and if you had a trailing stop, you would have got out probably somewhere down here, so it made 60. We're up about 80 pips so far, maybe about 10 or actually probably 20 there. This is a 50 pip move, so you would have made 20 or 30 here. This one, more than likely, you would have got chopped out a little bit here. This one worked, and then it had a few false signals in a row. But I haven't perfected all these signals yet, and that's why I haven't released the new version. I just wanted to showcase how it's coming along. Now, our old FX trade signals would give you lots and lots of different trade setups. You can see today there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it got a little nuts after that. Most people don't trade after 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm going to put in code that takes the signals out during the dead times. It has to be much more restrictive for that. But our old FX trade signals, you'll see, has an absolute ton of trading. Tons of trades that show up. And in fact, there's almost too many to take everyone. So with the new signals, it's loading it right now. You can see with old FX trade signals, there was just a ton of trades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, 20 or 30 trades. It's not very selective, and there's a ton of losers. This one here, this one here, this one here, this one here, this one here failed. Very high losing rate with the old FX trade signals. So as you can see, over the last year, I have spent a ton of time perfecting the signals that are used. Most of them are used. Sometimes I put new ones in, and that's what some of the losing trades were for that you saw a little bit ago in the euro yen. Perfecting basically, what I consider artificial intelligence. The computer thinks exactly like I do. It analyzes the markets from left to right exactly like I do, and it also is using all of our statistical tools to know, which ones to be trading. So let me end this blog today by saying, this was a very high probability place for the dollar to reverse, and so you can see when it broke down here at 12, you'd want to sell the dollar. Obviously, the euro is very weak today. Let's take a look at some of the other ones. This one was also extremely weak. We'll see if any of the other ones, yeah, this one was extremely weak. Okay, so here's a good example. The Australian was trending up, and coming up to 12 o'clock right here, this one was kind of trending up. So a good buy at 12 would be the Australian dollar. The dollar is likely to reverse. The Australian looks strong, and this is how you use our currency indexes if you want to manually trade. You can see at 12 o'clock right here, it went from around 91.60 all the way up to 90. Very high probability and predicted with the currency indexes. So there's so many ways to trade, but as you can see, what I hope to do is make it very easy for even brand new traders who have no idea what they're doing. All they have to do is just wait for a buy and sell signal and take that trade. That's it.